Hey man, what's up? It's Tony Campos. I'm here on tour with Static X, and I want to show you guys my gear. So let's start with this stuff. Son bass guitar, Legacy 5-string custom. Hip Shouter hardware with the D-tuner, so I can drop down to A sharp for some songs. Most of it's in C and fourths. And, I'm using Dunlop strings, EMG pickups. They're the 125 to 45 sets. I can get them off the shelf and nothing custom about them. But I've been using Dunlops for 15 years now, and they've always been great. Use their picks too, Dunlop picks. They're strap blocks. They've been hooking me up with a lot of really cool stuff for years. So great company. Also the EMG, they custom wind these to Joe Zahn, the guy who makes these basses. He sends them the specs, and they actually custom wind these, which is really cool. I never thought they would do something like that for me. But yeah, EMGs I've been using since I was like a 13-year-old kid, so it's been a part of my sound forever, and it's really cool to be able to still work with these guys after all these years. I always run both pickups, and for most of the set, I keep all my settings straight up. There are two songs that I like to play fingerstyle, so I'll round out the tone. I'll bring down the treble all the way, and then I'll kick down the mids a little bit, and just give me a rounder tone. So I'll do that for two songs, Black and White and Cold. But other than that, I'll run the tones at dead center. Zahn, they reached out to me at like the perfect time, because I was a Fernandez guy for a really long time, and then they shut down their North America division. So I was like, man, all right, what am I gonna do now? And they reached out to me, and these guys, they make really high-end, handmade custom bass guitars for like these like really talented dudes, jazz guys and stuff, and they also make basses for Billy Gould and Paulo from Sepultura, so these pretty high-end, well-known guys, and they reached out to me, and I was like, really, you want to give me one of these? Or, like, okay, cool. And these things are night and day from anything else I've ever played. They like practically play themselves. It's so effortless, man. And what I really like too is like these necks don't move. Like I can take them out of a cold belly of an airplane and then onto the hottest, sweatiest nightclub stage, and it'll stay solid, won't move out. Like they don't even have a truss rod. It's how solid these things are, man. They don't need them. It's crazy, but I'm so happy that these guys have decided to work with me. Joe over there, the guy that runs the company, he builds all the stuff. He has a few guys that help him build, but he's the main guy that builds everything. And the first I got to go there and pick the actual wood, the top that went on all my basses, and it's an awesome experience, man. And just to get to have this kind of quality instrument, it's pretty fucking cool. The first bass Joe made for me, I spec'd out, based it on an old P bass that I had that I still love. It sounds awesome, and so he made it. The top was swamp ash, the body was swamp ash with the quilt maple top, and then I put 2 MMs in it, and it sounded great. And actually, that's the bass I still use whenever I play with Ministry. So then when it came time to make a second bass, he said, I think I know what sound you're going after. Let me try something, and if you don't like it, we'll switch out the body back and make one like your last one. And so he did this with actually a Babinga top, and I think this is a basswood body. And then he switched out to the DC style pickups instead of the MMs and had them custom wound. And yeah, I picked it up and I played it. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Yeah, this is the sound. And so yeah, so then he made me this one. This is my third bass with him, and hopefully he's finishing up my fourth. So yeah, hopefully I'll have a fourth by the next run. So keep my fingers crossed. But yeah, I mean, these things sound incredible, man. I'm so happy with these basses. So yeah, this is my pedal board. It changes a lot depending on what gig I'm doing. This is pretty close to what I had for my last gig with Ministry. I've been using the Shure, I think it's the GL-XD the pedal board wireless system now for a couple of years, and it's been really great. I like it because it's easily, you can easily access and upgrade the firmware, which comes in handy for going overseas and stuff, and just making sure you got the right frequencies for you know, the whatever situation you get yourself in. And the range is really good on it for, you know, I've done big festival stages with this thing, and it hasn't failed me. So I'm really happy with this thing. Korg tuner. I've been using Korg tuners for 18 years now. You know, they first started hooking me up back in the early Static days. So yeah, I always have a Korg tuner on my pedal board. And then for this gig, my main tone comes out of the VT bass. I usually run a clean tone, and for all my gigs, I usually have this in there, just for clean tone. This thing's awesome, and I always get a really good sound. And then for my distortion, I just started working with this company, Dark Glass Electronics, maybe 5 years ago. And I've been using their B7K preamp pedal, but they just sent me this thing, and started messing around with this like at the beginning of the year. And it's really cool distortion. It has a lot of really cool harmonic overtones, and so when I don't use it often for static, but yeah, I use it full on a couple of songs, and then do some distortion stabs here and there. But yeah, this thing sounds great. So yeah, and on my old static rig, I had a wah, but we're not playing any of those songs right now. So I used the Dunlop wah, and I love that thing. But we're not playing any of those songs, so I didn't feel the need to bring it. And now I'm all about bringing the least amount of shit as possible. So. Yeah, the smaller I can get the pedal board, the better. So yeah, this is right now the static rig right here. That's another thing about the Zons, like with the Fernandez, like I would break strings, like if I didn't change strings every night, like by second, third show, I'd break a string. These Zons, like I rarely break a string, man. I mean, I still change out every 3-4 shows just to be safe, but I don't know, one time I went to Europe with the Cavalera brothers and I forgot to take strings, and it was a quick run, like a week and a half, but yeah, I managed to make it up until the last show without breaking a string. So yeah, point being, I haven't yet needed to grab the backup because I haven't broken a string. So I guess the tech figured out I didn't need it, so it's not up here. Running the Ultimate Ears UE11s, nothing fancy about them. I just got the basic UE11 models, and I used to run them back in the old Static days, and then I lost them. And all the gigs I had in between, nobody ran in-ears, so I didn't need them. But yeah, once we started doing this again, looked into Ultimate Ears, and I got them on the Black Friday sale too. So yeah, this whole thing, and then it's got an XLR out, so I just go direct to front of house. No amps on stage, you know, nothing to compete with the sound guy, you know, so he can mix it the right way, and it sounds good, man. And I've been running like this for for a couple of different gigs. Fear Factory, I ran direct. With Ministry, Al's old school, so he's got full backline. So I run an Ampeg SVT7 Pro with a 6x10 Ampeg cabinet. So yeah, but for this we run it direct. And then for microphones, we've been really lucky that Electro Voice reached out to us and it was really cool and sponsored us again. They were an old school sponsor of the band, and it was really cool that they reached out. And so now we're rocking EV mics for the drums and for the vocals. So yeah, it's really cool how like a lot of people came out to support what we're doing. So it's really cool, man. Feels good. So yeah, there's my rig, and thanks for watching. Come check out the Static X 20th anniversary Wisconsin Death Trip tour, and tribute to our departed friend and lead singer Wayne Static. Have a good time, and we'll see you soon.